We're on day 24, the spear, the art of letting go of hurt. All of us get hurt in life, and what you do with that hurt determines how you're going to feel about the relationships in your life.
Yes, where we go through life, we all have arrows that come into our lives because if people wrong us at times. We live in a very broken, imperfect world, and there's going to be times when an arrow of hurt comes into your heart, and it hurts deeply. And you're going to feel wounded because people will hurt you. They'll shoot an arrow in your back at times. And there's so many times when we go through life and people treat us unfairly and wrong us and hurt us. But it's when you have that arrow penetrate your heart where you have to make a choice, because the natural thing to do is to take that arrow out and shoot it right back at them, or shoot it at someone else and hurt them, and then it just becomes a vicious cycle of hurt. I want to show you an illustration that I did in a service recently where I emphasized the fact that whenever you shoot an arrow back at someone else, you're only hurting yourself, but you're doing even more. Just watch.
In fact, what if we did this? What if we next weekend brought up a 3-by-3-foot picture, and I don't mean a silhouette, I mean a picture of someone who's hurt you deeply. Let's say that everyone in here could bring a picture, a 3-by-3-foot picture of the person who's hurt them the very most, and we could take target practice. And it may be an ex-spouse, an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, it may be a friend you trusted so deeply but stabbed you in the back, and we could bring their picture, and I'm not talking about silhouette, I mean their real picture, and then I'd give every one of you 5 minutes to stand up here and just go for it. Because every one of us have someone in our lives who've shot some arrows at us unfairly, and they have hurt us and they have wounded us, and it's just natural for me to want to get back at them. This is awesome. I wish you could experience it. I mean, just really going at it. Boy, it makes me concentrate even more when I think about people who've hurt me and I shoot it. And you look at that. But let's face it, folks, that doesn't really make you feel any better. When someone's hurt you and shot an arrow at you and you start shooting arrows back and you just pelt them with arrows and you fight back, we think it would make us feel better. But really, when we hold on to the hurt and it turns into hate, it turns into bitterness, it just hurts us. It just wounds us. But not only does it wound us, but in reality, what we've done is we've wounded Jesus Christ. We've wounded Jesus Christ. When I look at that, that just offends me. Think about that. It just offends me. All these arrows in Christ's face. I don't like to look at it. It's uncomfortable. But I want you to know that's exactly what I have done when I shoot arrows at people and criticize them, when I cut them down, when I grumble and complain about them, when I judge them, when I gossip about them. And when someone shoots an arrow at me and I shoot one back, trying to get back at them, really, I shoot an arrow in the face of Jesus Christ.
Forgiving someone is always an act of choice. You have to make the decision to forgive. And it's never an easy choice because you're hurting. And when you're hurting, you don't feel like you're forgiving. Naturally, you feel like getting back at them, at wounding them. But instead, you choose to forgive because Christ chose to forgive us first. And we're going to choose to forgive that person who hurt us first. You need to forgive not only for their sake, but for your own. Because when you don't forgive, it just turns into bitterness inside you. And it causes a barrier between your relationship and between you and God. So choose to forgive. Make that choice. And it can make all the difference in your relationship. Maybe there's a relationship that you've been focusing on this month and it just seems stuck and you can't get out of that stuck place. We encourage you to think about if there's anything that you need to ask or offer forgiveness for in that relationship. And then make that decision to choose to forgive and just see God work in your relationship.